Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Bob Brownell, or is it Brownell? Brownell? I'm sorry. But thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it, and we think you're awesome. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so before we get started, I want to address two things. Number one, I made a mistake. This is not the second week in a row for JC being a have-not. Oops. Yeah, he was not a have-not last week. But also, I want to talk about the Tyler HOH controversy, because everybody's been talking about this everywhere. I just want to say, I don't work for the show. Please do not attack me over this. I have no say in what's going on here. I'm sorry if you're upset, but it's not my fault. Okay, so I think it's pretty clear here. Both of his feet clearly came off the platform during the competition. And I feel like the 1 foot on the platform at all times rule is supposed to mean you can't sit down on it. However, in any case, they did say in the rules that 1 foot must remain on the platform at all times. Even if that's not what they intended, that's what they said, which would mean that Tyler should have been disqualified, and if things played out the way that they did, you know, besides that, Haley would have been the HOH. However, I don't see them changing this now. It's too late. This is not Big Brother Canada. I feel like I've only seen them, like, redo a competition, like, once on this show. Like, I mean, completely redo it. They've stopped things and restarted them, but I feel like I've only seen them do it once. And I want to say it was All Stars. But let's keep in mind, this is a reality game show. It's not going to be fair. As much as that sucks to come to terms with that, it's not going to be fair. So I believe that Tyler will remain HOH. Do I totally agree with that decision? No. But that's just how it is. So moving on. Yesterday, they had the power veto ceremony, and it sounds like Haley and Scotty both made funny speeches, but Casey did not use the power veto, so both of those comedians are still up on the block. Alright, so then later, Casey and Tyler were checking in with each other in the HOH room. Casey lets him know, hey, Haley was crying and freaking out the night before because Scotty told her that you told him he's the pawn this week and that it should be a unanimous vote for Haley to go. So Tyler's like, I never said that to Scotty. They don't understand why he said that to Haley. It doesn't even make sense on like a friend level because Scotty is supposed to be Haley's friend. So why would he say that to her and make her feel like crap? So Casey says, just so you know, I comforted Haley. I told her that she's good, but again, that she can't say anything to Scotty because they don't want Scotty to know that he's actually the target this week. So they're like, whoa, it's just like last week when Haley was up on the block with Fessy. It's a real deja vu. So then Casey was like, does Scotty really not think he's the target? He just came back from chilling a week in the jury. How would he not be the target? And Tyler says, I guess I just did a really good job of making him feel safe without saying that he was safe. You know, Tyler's been very vague about his wording with both Haley and Scotty this week. He keeps pushing, I don't have a vote this week. It's not up to me. I think you're good. So he's been really vague about it. But he says that he's going to explain it to Scotty in his goodbye message. We'll see if that's enough to save his jury vote. Okay, so then Brett joins them, and he says he's pissed at Haley because they were talking about various speeches that were made throughout the season. Brett's speech came up when he was up on the block against Rachel, and apparently Haley said that his eviction speech about Bailey's Power app didn't really change anyone's mind because everybody already knew about all that stuff. So then Brett's like, really? So you're telling me that you knew about Bailey's Power app and you knew that Rachel was the pawn that week? And Haley's like, what? No, I didn't know those things. So she completely contradicted herself. The funny thing is, she really didn't know about Bailey's Power app. Everybody on the level 6 side knew about it. but none of Bailey's real allies knew about it except for Fessy, so that's pretty funny. But she did know that Rachel was supposed to be the pawn that week, so she lied about that. So then they were talking about other lies that they've caught Haley in. They're like, she lies all the time, but she's not very good at it. And Brett says that Haley's got to go. Not this week because they're taking out Scotty, but next week. So then they bring up Brett brings up how Scotty said that he confirmed in the jury house that Haley had all these final 2 deals going. Fessy, Bailey, Rockstar, Scotty. They're assuming she had one with Caitlyn. So she's final 2ing everybody up. And they're just like, this is hilarious. This is crazy. But at the same time, let's not forget, Haley is a young 21-year-old baby. So they acknowledge if they had played this game at her age, they would have sucked so hard. They would have been out in the first few weeks. And I have to agree, like, Haley is very mature for her age. It's remarkable that she has lasted this long. Anyway, the plan moving forward. They want to keep Scotty feeling comfortable so that he doesn't blast anybody in his speech. And then next week, they plan on putting up Haley and Sam, and they want to get rid of Haley. Okay, so sounds good, right? They're just keeping it going, you know, what they were already planning. Okay, so then Haley and Tyler were in the HOH room, and Haley's like, Scotty told me that you told him that he's the pawn this week. So, and this is like the millionth time she's brought this up. But now she's saying, Scotty actually told me this. So Tyler's like, I never used the pawn word, and I never said that he wasn't going home. I just had to make it sound like that. Don't freak out. He says, don't say anything to Scotty about you being safe this week. You're gonna see on Thursday. You're gonna be safe. And Haley's just like, I have no other choice. I don't know what to do. So then later, Brett and JC are whispering in the have-not room. Guys, so this is where things get interesting. We thought this was going to be a boring week, but it's looking like the Civil War, the level 6 Civil War, could be starting sooner than we thought. So there's more talk between these two about how Tyler and Angela are definitely together. They're always in the HOH room together. Angela is like staying up there really late into the night. She's coming down to her own bed at like 6 in the morning. And they're not fooling anybody. So JC says that Tyler, Angela, and Casey are in a trio. And Brett's like, I don't think so. They're in a 4-0. They have 4 people. Brett's in there. But he says Angela and Casey, definitely a duo. Tyler and Angela are moving towards that. So he's still covering up for level 6. He's not sharing that info with JC at this point. But Brett says, if you plan on making a move and trying to split up Casey and Angela, you're going to have to put both of them up together. It's not going to work with just one because they'll still have the votes to stay, or they'll save each other with the veto, and then both of them are going to come after you. So it's just not a good idea. You have to put both of them up. So they agree. They still want Haley out, but at the same time, for next week, but at the same time, they're thinking Haley's not that strong of a competitor, and she's pretty much alone at this point. So maybe it is time to make a move. Who knows? But Brett is saying in order to do that, they really need to work on Sam, try to reel her in to work with the two of them, because they need that number. And also, if Sam wins HOH, they want to be able to convince her to put up Casey and Angela and do that dirty work. But they know that Sam is going to want to take out Haley. So they're trying to figure out how they can convince her to not target Haley. And then Brett says he's been thinking about every scenario of them going to the end with their group, and he says that he's just effed every way at the final 4 or the final 5. Yeah, he's the first one to go from level 6 for sure, unless he just wins out until the end. So I don't know, is he waking up here? Is he realizing what danger he's in? Or is he just messing with JC? Honestly, from watching these conversations, listening to these conversations, I think Brett is waking up and he really does want to make a move here, but it's a very, very difficult situation at this point, so he really needs to be careful who he's saying to what person. Hello. Okay, so then there's a train. Tyler and JC were in the backyard, And JC is pissed. He says the diary room keeps asking him about Tyler and Angela, and he doesn't want to hear it anymore. So Tyler is still denying the showmance, and JC's like, well, Angela slept upstairs, so clearly there's something going on there. I went to the bathroom at 4:51 a.m. and she was not in her bed. It's very specific. But Tyler says, no, she went to bed at like 3 or 3:30 in the morning, so I don't know what you're talking about. But JC is worried that Angela and Casey are getting awfully close to Haley. They've been spending a lot of time together, and he's worried that those three are going to work together and take them out. So Tyler's like, no way. They're always complaining that Haley is following them around and won't leave them alone. It's not like they're seeking her out. They do not want to work with her. So then they're actually interrupted for a while during this conversation. A bunch of people come outside and hang out with them. But when they're alone again, JC's like, well, what if Haley wins the next HOH? Then what? He's worried that Haley would put up Tyler and JC together. Tyler reassures him, no, Haley is targeting Sam. Even if one of us goes up on the block, as long as Sam is up there too, we're going to be fine, so we don't have to worry about it. So then, not long after this, Haley comes out of the DR, and she tells Tyler, I need to talk to you. The diary room made her paranoid. She's like, again, did you tell Scotty that he's the pawn? Oh my God! So Tyler is still telling her no, but he does admit that he insinuated it with Scotty, so that's why he's thinking he's the pawn. But Tyler's reassuring her again. He's telling her, just don't freak out. Just relax. Okay, so then it was Tangela time up in the HOH room. He tells her all about his day. JC is bugging him about his relationship with Angela. Haley's bugging him about her safety this week. Angela and Tyler agree they're really, really both getting tired of Haley. She's getting on their nerves because she keeps asking them the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, I don't blame her for being nervous, but she needs to like chill it a bit because she is freaking them out. So they agree if she spills to Scotty that he's the real target this week, they just want to get rid of her. Damn. Alright, so they're hanging out. And then after a little while, JC, they see him walking up to the HOH room to join them. So Angela runs from the bed to the couch. She gets over there just as JC is coming in. She's like, hey. So after a few minutes of chit-chat, Angela leaves. And JC asks Tyler, what's going on with you and Angela? You have to tell me right now. Because guess what? They are busted. JC says that he heard Angela run from the bed to the couch. As he was walking in the hallway, he heard like... So he knows that she was running. Tyler continues to deny. Okay, as if this blossoming showmance was not bad enough and pulling the focus of Tyler and Angela, I think they're making it even worse by lying about it to their allies. Because now they're causing like this whole big thing that is so unnecessary. If they had just been like, you know what, we like each other, we're hanging out together, but that's all that it is. We're not going to like pursue this until after the show. You don't have to worry. I think, yeah, it would still be bad for them, but I don't think it would be as bad as it is now. Because now they're causing this rift within the group, and there's so much distrust surrounding this issue. So I think they're really messing up here. So JC's like, I don't believe you. You think I'm stupid? I mean, like, obviously there's something going on here. I heard the footsteps. So Tyler's like, well, why are you so mad about it? And JC says, I'm not. There he is. But he wants to know what's going on so that he can plan. And Tyler's like, well, we're sticking to the plan. And he's trying to reassure JC that he's his number one, but he's definitely not. So JC's really worried that Tyler is going to pick Angela over him. Tyler says no. He and Angela just talk a lot because they're from the same place. JC is not buying this. So then JC brings up that Brett is saying he wants to split up Angela and Casey next. Now, he shared this with Tyler before, and it was usually just JC kind of like making it up or whatever, but like now Brett is actually saying these things. So Tyler's like, it's too soon for that, Helen. He says that Haley's got to go first. She's a huge threat to his game, and if you go after Casey and Angela too early, you're going to piss them off, and they're all going to be coming after you. So JC's like, all right, fine. If it's a double eviction and I win HOH, I will take out Haley. But if it's a regular eviction and I win HOH, he says he's going to take his time and consider all of his options, aka maybe try to split up Angela and Casey. So JC's like, our best move here, our best case scenario would be for Brett to win HOH, to do the dirty work and split up Casey and Angela. But Tyler obviously is not having this. He's like, whatever. He's not happy about it. Okay, so then Sam calls everyone to the living room for an announcement. So Pop TV set up this special Labor Day celebration backyard party for them. Chill and grill. Everyone is screaming because have-nots get to enjoy this until midnight along with everyone else. And they got beer and wine. They got a freaking grill. They got their party food, badminton, croquet. So they're all excited about that. Brett's manning the grill. Everybody's having a good time for a few hours. Yay! But then when the party's over, it's back to the game. So Brett and JC were strategizing a bit on the hammock. More talk about taking out Angela. They're going through all the different scenarios. And I gotta say, again, it seems like Brett is serious about this. But isn't he worried about this getting back to Tyler? I guess he figures he could just say that he was trying to throw JC off of level 6's trail. But this is risky. Okay. And then it gets even crazier because Brett had a late night game chat with Scotty. So Brett asked Scotty, what's your plan for the week? What are you doing? And Scotty's like, well, I was told I'm the pawn, so I'm not really going to campaign until later in the week. I don't want to do too much. Brett tells him, might not hurt to start sooner. They're going through the votes, and they're like, obviously, Sam's going to want to vote out Haley. But if you look closely here, Angela and Casey seem to be weirdly good with Haley, even though she put both of them up. So Brett says, that really worries me. He tells Scotty, I want to work with you. I've always wanted to work with you. I said it in my goodbye message. So this is crazy. Is Brett trying to secure Scotty's jury vote, or does he really want Scotty to stay and work with him? It feels like he really wants Scotty to stay. I don't know. I mean, we saw earlier, he's not happy with Haley. He doesn't want her around. He feels threatened by her. And I'm sure he sees that he could potentially use Scotty to go after level 6 for him, because Haley's not going to do that, or she's less likely to do that than Scotty, because she's trying to get back in with Casey and Angela. So Brett says he's kind of hesitant to keep Scotty around because he heard that Scotty told Fessy that he wanted to finish what he started and put Brett up on the block. And, like, let's be real, he did say that. He definitely did say that. But Scotty denies it. He's like, no, I wanted to work with you. Haley wanted to work with you, but Fessy was always the one that was against it. So Scotty's like, all right, I need to pitch to Tyler and Angela, get these votes, because obviously Tyler doesn't vote this week. But if he can get Tyler and Angela on board, Casey will do what they want. That's 2 more votes for him. So then he's saying, we could, the 2 of us, get together with JC and Sam, and then the 4 of us go after that trio. What? So I feel like Brett was kind of trying to, like, lead him to say this, and he did. If you look at this group, first things first, JC, Sam, Scotty, and Brett. Yeah, Brett and Sam have each won a competition, but I feel like Scotty's really the only one in that group that wins stuff, right? I mean, their chances of winning things goes up as people leave, but you'd be going up against Tyler, Angela, and Casey. They won a lot of stuff. Also, I do not see Sam flipping on Tyler. I don't see it happening. But then again, it's Sam, so you never know. If you tell her the right thing, she could flip in an instant. So maybe they just need to find that thing to get her to flip. But Brett's like, that's exactly what I was thinking. Sam is so iffy. So Brett advises Scotty, you need to really start distancing yourself from Haley to make sure you secure Sam's vote for you to stay. So yeah, this was really interesting. Today, nothing happening yet. Is this vote gonna flip? We haven't seen Brett and JC chat yet. Brett hasn't told him about his conversation with Scotty. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. I just don't know that they would be able to make this happen, again, because of Sam mostly. But it's going to be interesting to see them try. And also, we're still trying to figure out what Brett's motives are here. I would love to see some Brett DRs, but my gut is telling me that he really is trying to plan here because he realizes he is in the crapper right now with his current group. So we got 2 days left until the eviction. Oh, I know what was happening today. So far, Sam was like giving JC a pep talk because he was like super cranky and like sleeping in all morning, even though it was like 1 o'clock p.m. And while that was happening, pretty much everybody else was in the kitchen area throwing a ball into Sam's craft stuff because it is freaking covering the whole dining room table. I mean, it's covering the whole table. So they're having a good time throwing that in there. Oh my god, can you imagine if Sam walked in while they were doing that? Maybe that would get her to flip her vote. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should be an interesting rest of the week. And until tomorrow, much love.